Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you guys there. I was just checking out the NBC World Series' new app. You can find this app at the App Store. All you need to do is type in NBCWS to be caught up on all things NBC World Series.
NBC World Series, it all happens here.
Casey Lopez, batting 8th and DH number 10, Isaiah Haddad. And batting 9th and playing center field will be number 1, Kyle Cohen. The pitcher for Dodge City will be number 32, Robert Beltran. Head coach for Dodge City is Tony Gonzalez.
And good afternoon, everybody. It's baseball time in Wichita, 84th edition of the NBC World Series. 84th get-together powered by Westar. Todd Hook along with producer, director, engineer Chris Worrell and Vern on the cameras. We're here to bring you Game 3 of the day. This will be between the Santa Barbara Foresters and the home team, the Dodge City Athletics. Here is how Santa Barbara will go. Logan Allen will lead it off. He'll be the designated hitter. Hitting second will be Brandon Lewis. He'll be over at third base. Hitting third, Luke Ritter, local guy from Wichita State. He will be in right field. And in the cleanup spot will be Cameron Warren. He will be over at third base. Michael Newstiffer will be in left field. He'll hit fifth. Hitting sixth, Ryan Cash. He will be at second base. Utah Jones will hit seventh and play shortstop. Hagan Slade will do the catching and hit eighth, and rounding out the order for the Santa Barbara Foresters is Elijah Alexander. He will be out in center field. Foresters 25-8 in the league, 35-7 overall. They beat the Lone Star out of Texas 18-5 on Friday. Defensively for Dodge City, left to right in the outfield will be Vucevic, Cullen and Ray. Holler over at third, Felix at short, Sheets at second base. Cook will play first base. Opitz behind the plate, and doing the pitching out of Southeast Missouri State and the Arizona Western will be Robert Beltran. 86 innings of work last spring, gave up 91 hits, 41 runs. 78 strikeouts, 32 walks. He was 8-1 with a 4.27 ERA. We're all ready to go. 10 minutes till 5 Central Time, 93 degrees. And the first pitch to Logan Allen in there for a strike. Allen out of University of Arkansas, Fort Smith. And the 0-1, that is into right field for a base hit. So good start for the Foresters. Allen is aboard. Just underway, top of the first, Foresters and the Athletics from Dodge City. Stars took care of Clarinda, Iowa, 16-8 in the early game. And just a while ago, Seattle Studs took care of Texas Lone Star, 7-1. Here is Brandon Lewis, 2 for 3 in the tournament out of UC Irvine. He will be over at third base today. First pitch, that's in there for a strike. Good location from Beltran. And he's ahead 0-1. Foresters, the visiting team today. And the 0-1, that's in there for a strike. So 2 pitches, almost identical. And it's 0-2. Lewis having a good championship week so far. He is 2 for 3. Ritter is next. That is a back foot slider. And Lewis didn't bite. Wind is blowing out to left at about 20 miles an hour. We have had some cooler weather, and this is the first couple of days of traditionally seasonal weather. 1 and 2. That is foul to the right side.
Autotech is a one-stop service center for all your vehicle service needs, located at
1 ball and 2 strikes. Game 3 of 4 today.
Oil change.
One and 2 now. And here it is. Long look. And just miss outside. Good take by Lewis. And it's 2-2. Appreciate all the folks on the West Coast tuning in. Coming up on 3 o'clock out there. Settle in and we will describe it for you. And 2-2, runner goes. That is foul back. So a good at bat for Brandon Lewis.
ticket at 316-773-9864. And you'll be glad you did.
Santa Barbara out of the California Collegiate League. They come in hitting .293 as a team in the league. And a 2-2. Now a throw over. And Logan Allen back in there. Not sure we've seen the best move from Beltran yet. Two. That is fisted. Popped up. And the first baseman, Cook, will shade his eyes and haul it in for out number 1.
Right fielder, number 25, Luke Ritter.
One out now. Here's Luke Ritter. Wichita State Shocker. He will be in right field today. 1 for 3 in the tournament. Runner goes. Good jump. Throw down. And he got it. So a good throw by O'Peets. And a good dig by Sheets, because that one was in between Hopper. Able to catch it and put the tag down, and Allen is erased. So 2 down now. Swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Ritter. One and 1. Off-speed pitch, that's in there for a called strike. 1 and 2 now. Ritter in the hole. They play him pretty much straight away and deep and right. And 1-2. That's low. Good take by Ritter. 2 and 2. Beltran will stop to tie his shoe. And it's still Mutts and Mitts Day here at the ballpark. One more game to follow. Home run derby finals at 6:30. That may be pushed back a smidge. That is fouled back.
That foul ball hit your car. Bring it to
Count remains 2 and 2.
where the mark of a good body shot.
It'll cool down later. Grab your dog and come on out. 2 and 2. That is high and away. Got them $3 Bud Light drafts until 6 o'clock. 3 and 2. That is drilled to center. Cullen back near the track, and he will haul it in. So the Foresters go in order. We've played a half an inning. No score from Wichita, and we'll be back.
One hit, no errors, and nobody left.
The city's not just built, it's grown to the needs of people. You make the infrastructure, the muscle, bone, and circulation, so natural to the body of the city that you almost forget they're even there.
Defensively for Santa Barbara, at first base number 45, Warren. Second baseman number 5, Cash. Shortstop number 2, Jones. Third baseman number 10, Lewis. Left fielder number 20, Lucifer. Center fielder will be number 12, Alexander. Right fielder number 25, Ritter. Catcher number 8, Hagan. And pitching for Santa Barbara.
And welcome back to the bottom of the first. No score from Wichita. Here's how the A's will go. Zach Felix will lead it off. He will play shortstop. Adam Holler will be at third base and hit second. Tanner Sheets will be at second base and hit third. And in the cleanup spot will be Blaine Ray. He will be in right field. Hitting fifth, Dayton Cook. He will be over at first base. Jordan Vujovic will be in left field. Casey O'Peets will be behind the plate. Isaiah Haddad will hit eighth and be the designated hitter. And rounding out the order will be Kyle Cullen. He will be in center field. Defensively for Santa Barbara, left or right in the outfield, Newstiffer, Alexander, and Ritter Lewis over at third, Jones at shortstop, Cash at second base, Warren over at first, Slade doing the catching, and on the mound, a left-hander out of West Virginia University, Jackson Wolf. He was 1-1 last spring in Morgantown. He got into 17 games, 2 starts, 24 innings of work, gave up 19 hits, 15 runs, 11 of which were earned. And he struck out 24 and walked 15 with an ERA. Let's see, we got an ERA somewhere. Yeah, you love these newfangled. That is Zach Felix. That is low, ball 1. And that is wide. 2 balls and no strikes to Zach Felix out of New Mexico State. ERA just above 4 for Wolf this last spring at West Virginia, and he's behind already to Zach Felix, 3 balls and no strikes. A's come in 1-0 in championship week. They beat the Seattle Studs 4-3 on Friday. And it's in there for a strike. 3-1 now to Felix. He is the shortstop. And that's wide, so that'll be a leadoff walk for Felix. And Dodge City has a runner aboard with nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Here's Adam Holler.
Now batting the third baseman, number 30, Adam Holler.
1 for 5 in Friday's game out of Cal State East Bay. Third baseman today, he will step in. First look at Jackson Wolf. And the pitch, that is up the middle for a base hit. And Dodge City has something going here, first and second, with 1 out. And that'll bring up Tanner Sheets.
Second baseman, number 15, Tanner Sheets.
Second baseman out of West Texas A&M, first and second, nobody out. Runner in scoring position at second base. And the first pitch from Wolf is an off-speed pitch outside, ball 1. Dodge City 21-14 in the Jayhawk Collegiate League. They got second this year, and that got them into week 2 of the NBC tournament. And a 1-0. That is fouled back to the right. Just almost got a toddler up there in the skybox. Pretty good hands there by Dad. 1 ball and 1 strike. First and second, still nobody out. That is out in front of the plate, fair ball. Fielded by Slade, down to first in time, but a productive out for Tanner Sheets. And second and third with 1 out.
Right fielder, number 24, Blaine Ray.
Cleanup guy Blaine Ray out of KU. Right fielder today. And the first pitch to him, that is foul down the right side. So Ray trying to do something to the right side, get the run home. Felix probably going on contact. Infield is back at normal depth, straight away in the outfield. 0-1. That's in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Slade. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just underway. Bottom of the first. Still no score, but Dodge City is threatening here in the bottom of the first. And a 1-1. That is just gets up the middle off the glove of Jones. 1 run will score. And they will send Holler, and it's 2-0 Dodge City. So the Athletics strike first, and they lead it 2-0. It's kind of a bad break for Santa Barbara. I think if Jones doesn't get a glove on it, that was probably into left field pretty cleanly, or center field, and probably 1 run maybe, not 2, but it's just the way it works. Here is Dayton Cook, 337 in the Jayhawk League, out of Point Loma. That is high. Ball 1. Runner at first base, 1 out, 2 runs across. Dodge City leads it 2-0. Couple of hits. And that is low and away. 2 balls and nothing. Santa Barbara completely annihilated Texas Lone Star on Friday. Throw over. Close one. Blaine Ray just gets back in there. Little chatter from the bullpen down there. First base umpire reminding them who's in charge. And a 2-0. That's swung on and missed. Good hack by Cook. And it's 2-1. Two balls and a strike. They shade Cook a little bit towards right field. Swung on and missed. Good change of pace there. Looked like a little cut fastball. 2-2. Two, 1 out runner at first. 2 runs across. And a pitch. That is fisted foul.
And that is an autograph foul ball. With the mark of a good body shot is no mark at all.
Count remains 2-2. Long inning for Wolf. He's given up a couple of runs. This is hitter number 5. Only 1 out in the inning. 2-2. That's high and away. Good take there by Dayton Cook. And it's 3-2. Nine strikes, 9 balls for Wolf. So not exactly the ball to strike ratio you would look for to start things off. 3-2. That is sprayed foul, out of play. Count 3-2, 1 out. Dayton Cook, the first baseman. Wolf with a long rook. Here it is. Off-speed pitch is high and away, and he'll walk it. So a good at bat for Dayton Cook. And it's first and second with 1 out. So Slade out to talk to his pitcher. Still no activity yet in Santa Barbara bullpen. Looks like we're going to have a visit to the mound. Looks like the manager out to talk. Making a slow walk. Still nobody getting up. The Adidas Home Run Derby Finals will be tonight. 6:30, but that might be a little later. And today is Mutts and Mitts, presented by Sydney's Pet Resort and Spa and the Kansas Humane Society. Tomorrow, Monday, is Family Night, Superhero Cape Giveaway. And it's National Root Beer Float Day, so half-price root beer floats. Holy mackerel. Tomorrow is presented by Midwest Transplant Network and KFDI and Goodwill. Tuesday will be the return of $5 baseball, and 2 for Tuesday. You can get a hot dog and a Pepsi for $2. Conference is over. Here is Jordan Vujovic, left fielder, 281 in the league out of Delta College. And that is right on the outside corner for strike one. Good pitch there by Wolf. He painted it. We have a great view of in and out because we are right on top of home plate, just above him. Up and down, not so much, but we will still comment. Time is called. So Vujovic thought he was taking too much time, asked for time, and got it. Can't just step out. You gotta ask for it and get it granted. 0-1, first and second. 1 out. Here it is. That is wide. 1 ball and 1 strike to the left fielder. 281 in the league. And they shade him a little bit towards left. And that swung on and missed. Good hack by Vujovic. And he's down on the count 1-2. .22 pitches so far for Wolf. And he only has 1 out. Won't be around long if that continues. And a 1-2 is wide. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two, first and second. 1 out. Wolf with a long look. Here it is. That is fisted foul. That'll be in the first row. Folks, as a public service announcement, when you come to the ballpark, put the phone in your pocket, or better yet, just leave it in your car. Every day I see somebody looking at their phone, and they almost get hit upside the head with a foul ball. So pay attention. 2-2. That is off the hands. Fisted foul down the left side. Foul balls will get on you in a hurry. Most Major League ballparks now have screen all the way down the lines. Have yet to make it here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. Left fielder Vujovic. Here it is. That is outside. Just missed. Not by much. 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, first and second. And the pitch. That's in there for a call strike. Painted the outside corner at the knees. Good pitch from Wolf. And that's 2 outs.
York. Visit www.midwestyork.com to find your York heating and air conditioning dealer.
Catcher now, Casey Opeets. Out of the University of Arkansas, hit 190 this past summer. He will step in from the right side, take his first look at Wolf. Right on left matchup. And here it is. That's in there for a strike. Good tailing fastball. No balls and a strike. 2 runs across for Dodge City here in the bottom of the first. They lead it 2-0. 2 hits for the Athletics, 1 for Santa Barbara. That is squirted foul down the right side. Almost got a piece of the first base coach. Some action now in the Santa Barbara bullpen. Connor Woods getting up. And the 0-2. That's bounced foul. Count remains 0-2. They shade O'Pete's a little bit towards right. A lot of room down the line and left. First and second. Ray down at second. Cook at first base. And the 0-2. That is bounced to the shortstop. He will flip to second, and that'll do it. So the A's get a couple, and they strand a couple. We've played one from Wichita. Dodge City 2, Santa Barbara nothing, and we'll be back.
Mount up, take off, and chase the sun. Experience more of what makes Kansas great. And let K-Tag help you get there. 236 miles of road, endless destinations of wonder. Start your adventure with K-Tag. Get your free K-Tag at myktag.com.
Welcome back. Top of the second we go. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 for the Foresters. Beltran out for inning number 2. You got Santa Barbara in order in the first. 4, 5, and 6. It'll be Warren, Newstiffer, and Cash. The first pitch to Warren fouled back. 0-1. Warren 1 for 1. That is into left center. That'll get down for a base hit. That may get through. And that'll roll to the wall. And Warren out of Texas Tech leads it off with a double. So Santa Barbara is in business in the top of the second. Here is Michael Newstiffer, left fielder out of Oklahoma State, 1 for 2 in game 1. And the first pitch, that is low, ball 1. Ball and no strikes. High and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Newstiffer. Left fielder today, hits from the right side. And a 2-0. That is high and away. And it's 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes to the 5-hole hitter, Newstiffer. See if Beltran can get healthy. That's in there for a strike on the outside corner. 3-1. 3 balls and a strike, nobody out. Cameron Warren led it off with a double. He's at second base. Swung on and missed. Newstiffer with a good hack. He'll come up empty. So Beltran able to get healthy in the count. And it's 3-2. Here's a 3-2. That's high and away, and that'll be a walk to Newstiffer. So first and second now with nobody out. Dodge City leads it 2-0 with the tying run now for Santa Barbara at first base.
Ryan Cash.
Here is Ryan Cash. He's also out of Oklahoma State. Second baseman today, 2 for 3 in game 1. First pitch, bunted. That's deadened really nice. Out in front of the mound. Good presence by O'Peets. He's out there quickly. Throws a BB to third and gets Warren. So 1 out in the inning. Cash will reach on the fielder's choice.
Shortstop number 2, Utah Jones.
So first and second still with 1 out now. Utah Jones, shortstop. He's 1 for 2 in championship week, and he takes a pitch inside. That's strike 1. Good spot for Beltran, painted the inside corner. Jones out of North Greenville. Outside, throw down to second. That gets into center field. Looks like everybody will move up. Throw down to third, not in time. So with the throwing error, everybody will move up. Not sure whether the shortstop Felix got the sign, but he was late getting to the bag. So second and third now with just 1 out. So Jones with the opportunity to tie it up right here with a base hit. And that's high and away. Two balls and a strike now, 1 out, top of the second. And the pitch. That is into center field. That'll get a run in. Cullen over and to his left. He'll haul it in. The throw will be into third base. And Cash in there to third. And Newstiffer will score. And that'll make it 2-1. Dodge City. Two outs now in the inning. Here is Hagen Slate. Doing the catching today, he's 1 for 1 out of Gonzaga. Step in from the right side. He'll get his first look at Beltran. Runner at third. That would be Cash. They're going to appeal to third base, thinking that maybe Newstiffer left early. He did not. And a pitch. That is bounced foul down the left side. Into the stands and booted by a fan. Guess we can't give fans errors, can we? 0-1. That off-speed pitch is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Santa Barbara 1-0 in championship week. 1 ball and 1 strike to the catcher. That misses outside. 2-1. And the 2-1 is high and away. 3 balls and a strike, 2 outs. A 31 pitches for Beltran through an inning and 2/3. He's given up 1 run here in the second. And it's 3-1 now to Slade. Swung on and missed. 3-2 now. Slade 1 for 1 in the tournament, doing the catching today. Alexander would be next. And the pitch. That is foul back. A good at bat for Hagen Slate. "3-2, that is through the right side and a base hit, and a run will score. So Slade with a 3-2 base hit to right field, and Cash will score, and we're all tied at 2. Slade down at first base with a 2-out base hit. It'll be Elijah Alexander.
Number 12, Elijah Alexander.
First pitch swinging, popped up left side. Holler and Felix going out. That'll be Vujovic over near the line in foul ground and will haul it in. A good play by the left fielder Vujovic, and that'll do it. But the Foresters get 2. They strand 1. We've played 1.5. We're all tied at 2. We'll be right back.
If we really put everything in our name that we do, it would look like this. Professional mechanical, electrical, plumbing, structural, telecommunications, civil, transportation, aviation, water, wastewater, energy, land development, planning, field services, survey, geotechnical, materials testing, inspection, 3D scanning, air and water balance, engineering consultants.
The bid, the value of project sold, or the number of employees that they have. At Key Construction, there is only one variable by which we measure our success: a truly satisfied customer. We've built a lot of things, but mostly we've built relationships.
Welcome back. Bottom of the second we go. 8, 9, and 1 for Dodge City. It'll be Haddad, Cullen, and Felix. We're all tied at 2. And the pitch is bunted foul. So Haddad out of Fresno State. Designated hitter today. And the 0-1. That is to the left side. Jones has to retreat a little bit. Up with it. Over to first in time. So Haddad is retired for out number 1.
Center fielder number 1, Kyle Cullen.
9-hole man Kyle Cullen out of Stephen F. Austin. He will step in from the left side and have his first look at Jackson Wolf. So a left-on-left matchup. Cullen hit .285 in the Jayhawk League. And he takes a pitch ball low. 1 ball and no strikes, 1 out. And we're in the bottom of the second. We're all tied at 2. 1-0. That is fouled back, left side.
Auto Check is a one-stop
1-1.
center for all of your vehicle service needs, located at 4411 West Central.
A's beat the Seattle Studs on Friday 4-3, so they're 1-0 here in Championship League. They got to championship week by being second in the Jayhawk Collegiate League. That is an off-speed pitch right down the middle, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Swung on and missed. Got in on his hands, and that'll do it for Cullen. 2 outs now in the inning, so a lot better start for Wolf this inning. Top of the order, Zach Felix.
Number 2, Zachariah Felix.
Walked and scored in the first out of New Mexico State. Here's the pitch, shows bunt, and takes a ball inside. Felix out of Pueblo, Colorado, 5'9", 170-pounder. That is in there for a strike. Pretty good pitch from Wolf. Paints the outside corner, 1-1. Wolf, a left-hander out of West Virginia. And the 1-1. Good fastball in the outside corner at 89. So 1-2. Wolf with a chance to get the Athletics in order. And a 1-2. That is through the left side for a base hit. So a 2-out base hit for Felix. He's 1 for 1. And he's aboard with 2 outs. That'll bring up Adam Holler. 1 for 1 today, a run scored out of Cal State East Bay. And Livermore, California. 5'10", 170-pounder. He will step in. Sheets would be next if Holler was to reach. 2 for 6 in the tournament for Adam Holler. And he takes an off-speed pitch in there for a strike. 0-1. A's get 2 in the first. Top of the second now. Runner at first base with 2 outs. And that catches the outside corner for strike 2. 0-2 now. Hatted led it off. Bounced out to the left side. Cullen struck out looking. Felix is on with a base hit through the left side. And it's 0-2 now to Holler. And the pitch. That is fisted into right field. And that'll get out. Felix on his horse, and he will go to third. So back-to-back base hits here in the top of the second, or bottom of the second. And it's first and third with 2 outs. That'll bring up Tanner Sheets. For 1 today. Second baseman out of West Texas A&M. Chance to take the lead right here with a base hit. And the pitch. That is way outside. Good play there by Slade just to corral it. Holler over at first, Felix at third. All of this damage is done with 2 outs. And a 1-0. That is lifted. Left field, Newstiffer back and to his left. It's going a long way. It'll carry. Lands on the track and bounces over the fence. So a ground rule double for Tanner Sheets. He will drive in a run. And the A's have taken the lead.
As a star number extra base hit, when you're looking for a deck big enough to hold the whole team, come the star.
So second and third, 3-2 now, Dodge City. Here is Blaine Ray. It's a good example of the wind that's blowing out to left. Ball continued to carry. First pitch to Ray is into center field. Alexander coming hard. That'll land in front of him. 1 run will score, and the second run will score. So all of this damage with 2 outs in the inning. A's have gotten 3. They now lead at 5-2. So Blaine Ray with a couple of RBIs. That's 4 for him in the ball game.
First baseman number 4.
Looks like Slade's going to go out and talk to him. We blow a little bit of time here. Give the bullpen time to get loose. Looks like it continues to be Connor Woods getting loose for Santa Barbara. Umpire out to hurry things along. So the first 2 guys were retired in the inning, and the last 4 have not been retired. Here is Dayton Cook. Runner goes. Throw down. Not in time. It's third base side. Almost took the head off Wolf. And that'll be a stolen base for Ray. Cook 0 for 1, bounced out in the first. Out of Point Loma, hit .337 this last summer in the Jayhawk League. Pretty good numbers. Chance to add to the Dodge City A's lead. They now lead at 5-2. All the damage has been done with 2 outs. And the 0-1 is wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. So about 48 pitches now for Wolf. And we're through an inning and 2/3. So not the outing that he was looking for. And the 0-1, that's inside, in there for a strike. It caught the inside corner. Pretty good pitch there from Wolf. Wasn't anything Cook was going to do with that. One and 2, runner at second base. And the pitch just missed outside. 2-2. Pretty good spot there from Wolf. Looked to be maybe a little bit low. Wind appears to be freshening out of the south. Say it's gusting to 25. That's inside. Smothered nicely by Slade. Three balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Vujovic is next. And a 3-2. That is bounced up the middle, and nobody will get there. And the run will score and make that 6-2 now, Dodge City. Cook with a 3-2 base hit and an RBI, and he's aboard. It was just out of reach of Jones and Cash. Not hit terribly hard, but in the right place. Looks like we are going to have a visit to the mound. One more game tonight. It'll be between Hayes and Wellington, both with 1 win. Steve Strain will have it for you. Looks like that's going to be all for Wolf. Looks like it will be Connor Woods, 6 foot 200-pound right-hander out of UNLV by way of Tempe, Arizona. He will come in, try to slow down the Athletics. Athletics get 4 runs after 2 out. Haddad led it off, bounced out to the left side. Cullen struck out. At that point, Wolf was cruising. Felix with a base hit, followed by a base hit from Haller, a double by Sheets, a single by Ray, and another single by Dayton Cook. 4 runs across here in the bottom of the second. They lead at 6-2. So Connor Woods will come on. Slow down the Athletics here in the bottom of the second.
Number 12, Jordan Vujovic.
Vujovic, the left fielder, 0 for 1 today, strikeout victim. And 281 in the Jayhawk League this summer. Out of Delta College, he will step in with 2 outs, runner at first base. First pitch swinging, popped up left side. Jones and Newstifler coming in. Newstifler near the line, he will haul it in for out number 3. Looks like Dodge City will strand 1, but they're going to get 4, and we've played 2. Dodge City A's 6, Santa Barbara 2. We'll be right back.
End of 2. It is Dodge City, Kansas A's 6.
Kansas Gas Service delivers natural gas to many of the companies you know, ensuring they have the energy they need to grow and build strong communities, providing cost-effective, safe, and reliable natural gas for a better tomorrow today. Kansas Gas Service.
Alrighty, top of the third we go. Foresters with some work to do. They trail Dodge City 6-2. Top of the order for the Foresters. 1, 2, and 3. It'll be Allen, Lewis, and Ritter. Logan Allen now. He is 1 for 1. Caught stealing in the first out of Arkansas, Fort Smith. Foresters get a couple in the top of the second. First pitch. That is into shallow center field. That'll fall. Cullen up with it. And Allen is aboard with nobody out. Beltran out of Southeast Missouri State out for inning number 3 of work. Runner at first base. Here's Brandon Lewis. He is 0 for 1. First pitch to him is low, ball 1. "36 pitches for Beltran through 2 innings. And the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Pretty good change of pace there. Lewis out ahead of it. 1-1. Lewis 2 for 4 in the tournament out of UC Irvine. And that is outside. Two balls and a strike to Brandon Lewis. And the pitch. That is in there for a strike. Good spot from Beltran. Paints the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that hit him. Runner was going. So a 2-2. Beltran hits Lewis. And it's first and second. And nobody out. Luke Ritter, Wichita State Shockers.
Nominating the right fielder, number 25, Luke Ritter.
He will step in. 0 for 1 today. And 1 for 4 in the tournament. Flew out to center last time up. Hit .315 this past summer. That is drilled to center field. Cullen coming hard and will make the play on the run. Good jump for Cullen in center field. As Ritter hit it on the nose. And there's one away.
25, Cameron Warren.
One down. Cleanup guy Cameron Warren. Is in there for a strike. 1 for 1 today, doubled in the second. He led off the second inning with a double. Warren out of Texas Tech. That is drilled to left field. Vujovic going back near the track, off the wall. And 1 run will score. They will send the runner. And Allen will score. And the Foresters get 1 back. So Warren has absolutely blistered the baseball. He is 2 for 2, 2 doubles. So credit Warren with an RBI. Lewis was hit by a pitch. He's down to third. And still 1 out. Here is Michael Newstiffer. Walked and scored in the second and third. 6-3 now Dodge City. And a pitch. Left side going on contact. Throw home. They have the runner hung up. They're going to run him back and apply the tag. So Lewis was going on contact. Good play by Haller at third. And he gets him. So 2 outs now on the inning.
Nominating for the Foresters, the second baseman, number 5, Ryan Cash.
So New Stifler down to first on the fielder's choice. Here's Ryan Cash. Reached on a fielder's choice in the second and scored. Second baseman today. He is 2 for 4 in the tournament. Out of Oklahoma State. First pitch swing, bounce to the shortstop. Felix up with it. He will go the short way, and that'll do it. So Santa Barbara gets 1. They strand a couple. And after 2.5, 6-3 Dodge City. We will be right back.
This bud's for the dream and the people bold enough to pursue it. For those who come from nothing and rise to something. It's for those who take everything this country has to offer and make it their own.
And we're back, home half of the third we go. Bottom third for the Athletics. 7, 8, and 9. It'll be O'Peets, Haddad, and Cullen. Connor Woods out for inning number 2. He got out of the second inning by throwing 1 pitch, coming in for Jackson Wolf. First pitch to O'Peets, off the fist to the shortstop, and Jones up with it for out number 1.
Designated hitter number 10, Isaiah Haddad.
Isaiah Haddad now. Fresno State 0 for 1. Bounced out to the left side in the second. takes a pitch wide, ball 1. Haddad out of Fresno, 6'3", 175. And the 1-0, that is bounced to the left side. Jones will get it on the big hop, throw a one-hopper over to Warren, who digs it out for out number 2. Had to get rid of it in a hurry because Haddad runs very well. 2 outs. Here's Kyle Cullen. So far, so good for Connor Woods. Cullen 0 for 1 today. Strikeout victim in the second. First pitch is in there for a strike. And that's right down the middle. Good fastball at 88. 0-2 now to Kyle Cullen. 285 in the Jayhawk League out of Stephen F. Austin. Time is called. Woods a very fast worker. Oh, 2 in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tried to get Cullen to chase something out of the zone. Good discipline there. Cullen out of Mansfield, Texas. That is bounced to the right side. High hopper for Cash. He will come in, field it over to first in time. And Dodge City goes in order. We've played 3. Dodge City 6 and Santa Barbara 3. We'll be right back.
At Davis Moore, we pride ourselves on our ability to provide a safe and reliable driving experience to all of our customers. When we say that safety is our top priority, we mean it. That's why every single one of our pre-owned vehicles goes through a 171-point inspection before it ever goes on our lot. And with our Davis Moore 360 guarantee, you can drive forever, worry-free. So let us prove to you that we have the best car care and best customer experience and why nobody beats a Davis Moore deal. Come by any one of our 5 Davis Moore locations or check us out online at davis-moore.com.
And welcome back. Top of the 4th we go. Bottom 3rd for the Santa Barbara Foresters. They trail the Dodge City A's 6-3. It'll be Jones, Slade, and Alexander scheduled. Beltran out for inning number 4. I have him at 43 pitches through 3 innings. He has given up 3, but so far so good on the pitch count. Utah Jones now is credited with an RBI in the second. He's 0 for 1, flew out to center. And he takes a pitch wide, ball 1. 1 for 3 in the tournament. And is bounced up the middle. Sheets up with it. And Jones beat it out. So a good play by Sheets. He got that one behind second base. Threw off balance. And just beat out by Jones. So a leadoff base hit for the Foresters. Here is Hagen Slade. Slade 1 for 1 today. And 2 for 2 in the tournament out of Gonzaga. Step in from the right side. Second look at Beltran. And he takes a pitch in the dirt. 1-0. Foresters 35-7 this past summer. It's pretty good numbers. Time is called. I'm going to run through some signs again. That's where that intercom would come in. We'll get Kevin Jinks and the NBC committee on that. See if they can come up with something. Do like the pitch clock and the in-between innings clock. I think that's a great idea. They very seldom run things by me. And the 1-0, that squirted foul. 1 ball and 1 strike to Slade. Slade out of Missoula, Montana, 6'1", 210. I wonder if he knows how to fly fish. Shouldn't have looked at that. Now I want fried trout. That is thrown down the line. And Jones around second into third. That was bar none one of the worst pickoff moves I have seen all week long. Well, that will go as an error. And Jones down to third with nobody out. It's going to get harder and harder for the first baseman to see as the sun sinks lower on the horizon. So pitchers need to be aware of that. Not sure that had anything to do with it. That was just wild. 1-1. That misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. Two-one. That's wide 2. 3-1. Beltran in a little bit of trouble here. Nobody out, runner at first base. Utah Jones led it off with a base hit. And all the way around to third on the throwing error by Beltran. And a 3-1. That is drilled to left field. Vucevic going back near the track. Gone. That will be a 2-run home run for Hagen Slate.
And that is a 2-run home run.
And they'll make it 6-5. Foresters are within 1.
That is Wichita's Brewing Company home run. And for the next 10 minutes, WBC 20-ounce drafts are only $4. That home run is
New ball game, 6-5 Dodge City.
the drink specials every day. Beers plus burgers.
2 runs across so far here in the top by Santa Barbara.
Deals.
Here comes Elijah Alexander. He's 0 for 1. 0 for 3 in the tournament out of the University of Texas, Rio Grande. Looks like we are going to have a visit. See what we come up with. Is some activity in the Dodge City bullpen. Looks like Mason Cornelius Nielsen out of San Bernardino getting loose. Been calling Jayhawk League all year long, and these are brand new, a lot of brand new names. Conference is over. Looks like they're going to continue to go with Beltran. Foresters hit .293 as a team in the league, which was fantastic. So the center fielder, Elijah Alexander out of the University of Texas, Rio Grande. He will step in with nobody out, nobody on. First pitch swinging. That is fielded by the first baseman. He goes a long ways, bobbles it, and unable to recover. So we'll see how they score it. Looks like they will, well, they're holding it up, and that'll be a base hit. So a base hit for Elijah Alexander. And still nobody out. That's going to be all for Beltran. And it looks like they're going to go with Cornelius. That'll be all for Robert Beltran. He will give up 5 runs. We have a runner aboard. That's his responsibility. 8 hits. Cornelison out of CSU San Marcos. Cornelison out of San Bernardino, California, 5'10", 165. He will come on with a runner on. Top of the order, he will face at least Logan Allen, Brandon Lewis, and Luke Ritter. Well, not the best of times.
Nominating for the Forsters, designated hitter number 17, Logan Allen.
Logan Allen now top of the order. Still nobody out. Runner at first base. That will be Beltran's responsibility. Runner goes. Throw down to second. Not in time. Drop the ball. Looked like the umpire was ready to ring him up. Pretty good throw by O'Peets.
And up to $220 in extra discounts with a new or
And Alexander down to second with the stolen base. So a ball and no strikes. And that's to the right side. That'll be a productive out. And Sheets up with it and threw it away. So a run will score. And we can close the book now on Beltran. He will get a no decision. And Allen down to second base on the throwing error. And still nobody out. Here is Brandon Lewis. Off-speed pitch. That's in the dirt, smothered nicely by O'Peets. Ball and no strikes. 3 runs across for the Foresters. We're all tied at 6. That is wide. 2 balls and no strikes. Foresters got 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and now 3 here in the fourth. Still nobody out. Two-0. It's in there for a strike on the outside corner. Pretty good pitch by Cornelison. Cornelison out of San Bernardino, California. And a 2-1. Off-speed pitch outside. 3 balls and a strike. Must be a freshman at CSU San Marcos. He is not on the 2018 stats list, so we don't have any numbers for him. 3-1. That is bounce foul. 3-2. That's the end of the stands on a couple of hops. If If you're a young person, this would be your place to be this week. Foul balls are plentiful. Just past 6 o'clock Central Time. Top of the fourth. That is into center. Cullen coming hard. He won't get there. That'll be over his head. That'll bounce over Cullen's head. 1 run will score. All roll all the way to the wall. And they will send Lewis. He will have a inside the park home run. You don't see that too often. But we saw it today. 8-6 now, Foresters. Still nobody out. All these 5 runs have come with no outs. That's one of those situations where the artificial surface got the better of Cullen. And got over his head. Luke Ritter now. And that's low. Ball 1. 0 for 2. And 1 for 5 in the tournament out of Wichita State. And a pitch. It's in there for a strike. Ritter hit .315 in the league this last summer. Pretty good numbers. That is on the outside corner. 1-2. 1-2. Just missed outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still nobody out. 6th man to bat in the order. Cameron Warren is next. That is to the shortstop, Felix. He is up with it. Over to first in time. So finally the Athletics record an out after 5 runs have come across the plate. Not sure what you do with this guy. Here is Cameron Warren, the cleanup guy. 2 doubles. Just missed a home run by a foot. The only reason he missed it was because he hit it too far on a line. First pitch inside, ball 1. He elevates that. That ends up over at the Metro Baptist Church. That is in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Warren out of Texas Tech. He is 3 for 3 in the tournament. And he takes a strike. 2 balls and a strike. Two-one, pop to right. We may get him. Ray under it and hauls it in. Got it off the end of the bat, still hit it a long way. That will be 2 outs.
Left fielder number 20, Michael
Newstiffer now. Walked and scored in the 2nd. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd. He's 0 for 1. 1 for 3 in the tournament. And that's a fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. So Cornelison in for Beltran here in the 4th. And he hit him. So with 2 outs, New Stifler is hit by a pitch. Here is Ryan Cash. He will be the 9th man to bat in the order. Switch hitter, he will go left-handed against the right-handed Cornelison. 0 for 2 with a run scored out of Oklahoma State. And the first pitch. That is sprayed into left field. Vujovic with a long way to go. That is a fair ball. That will be a ground rule double. And that's a bad break for the Foresters because New Stifler has to stop at 3rd. If not, he scores easily.
Are you looking for a deck big enough to hold the whole team? Come to Star. Our professionals can help you design a perfect size and shape. Brings up the shortstop number 2, Utah Jones.
So Santa Barbara bats around here in the 4th. Here is Utah Jones. He singled to start all this thing about 30 minutes ago. 1 for 2 today. And 2 for 4 in the tournament out of North Greenville. Second and third, 2 outs. And a pitch. And that's foul back. 0-1. No balls and a strike to the shortstop. That's in the dirt, blocked nicely by O'Peets. Five runs across for Santa Barbara. They now lead at 8-6. One, swung on and missed. 1-2. Foresters bat around here in the 4th, and if you're concerned about it, yes, my scorebook is all messed up. 1-2. That is outside. Good take by Utah Jones. Two now. Here it is. That is up the middle for a base hit. 1 run will score. And the trailing run will score. Misplayed by Cullen in center field. And into second base will be Utah Jones. He will be credited with a couple of RBIs. And the wheels appear to have fallen off a little bit for Dodge City. A couple more runs for the Foresters. 7 runs across. They now lead at 10-6. Here is Hagen Slade. Home run in the 4th. He is 2 for 2. 3 for 3 for the tournament. So he is on fire. He takes a strike at the knees on the outside corner. 0-1. Slade, the catcher out of Gonzaga. They play him straight away and deep. And the 0-1. That's on the outside corner again. 0-2. A couple of good pitches there from Cornelison. No balls and 2 strikes. Slade out of Missoula. And the 0-2. And he swings and fouls it off. That gets a piece of O'Peets. He is in the fetal position at home plate. I'm thinking that might have... Well, I'm not going to speculate. He is in some obvious pain. Those catchers, they are tough customers, and they take a beating. Trainer out to check on him, so is the coach. He is still on all fours. He's going to try to get to his feet. He is up. It's a nice hand from the crowd. Most folks have absolutely no idea what that's like. He is going to walk it off. Going to get him a little water. Catchers have quite a bit of protective gear, but sometimes the baseball will find unprotected areas. He will stay in there. one tough customer. No balls and 2 strikes. Consolation there from Hagen Slade. He is also the catcher, so he knows. Runner at second base, 2 outs, 0-2. And a pitch. That is through the right side for a base hit. They will send the runner. And the Foresters, tough to get out here in the 4th. So Slade with his 3rd base hit of the ball game and an RBI. So Jones will score, and that'll make it 11-6. 12th man to bat in the order here is Elijah Alexander. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored and a stolen base. And the 1-0. That is off the end of the bat, foul. Now I wonder if they might try to run on old Pitts. But then again, Hagen Slade's a catcher himself, so a good chance he'll be running uphill and into the wind. 0-1. That is outside, just missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1. 2 outs. That's in the dirt. That gets away from O'Pitts. And Slade down to second on the wild pitch. Two balls and a strike. Alexander with a base hit earlier in the inning and stole a base. Texas Rio Grande. 2-1. That is high. 3 balls and a strike. Gotta wonder just how much Dodge City has left in the tank. All these runs were after 2 outs. That is down the right field line, foul. So Alexander turned on that one, unable to keep it fair. Three balls and 2 strikes. Slade at second base. 12 hits for the Foresters. That is drilled to right field. Ray going back. He won't get there. It'll be over his head. 1 run will score. And Alexander around second. Here is the throw. He's in there. So Alexander in with a triple and an RBI.
And that is a star number extra base hit. What to cover all your bases about replacement windows, come see the top of the experts at Star.
12-6 now, Foresters. We're still in the 4th. This is going to be all for Mason Cornelison. So Cornelison will not get through the 4th. Looks like Edward Perez out of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. 6'2", 185-pounder out of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Edward Perez. Perez down all amount for the A's.
So Perez will come in the 4th. And he will face Logan Allen with 2 outs, nobody on. 9 runs across this frame for Santa Barbara. They got down 6-2, and since they have flipped a switch and just turned on the offense. So we will see how Edward Perez fares out of the Dominican Republic. 6'2", 185. Here is Logan Allen. Reached on an error earlier in the inning and scored. So he is 2 for 3. Singled in the first and third. He is 5 for 7 in the tournament. Designated hitter today hit .338 in the league this summer, so good numbers. So Alexander at third base. First pitch from Perez. That's inside, ball 1. Third pitcher of the ball game for Dodge City. Inside. 2 balls and no strikes to Logan Allen. He was 3 for 4 in game 1. So the hot streak continues for the designated hitter. That is sprayed foul down the right side.
That foul ball was caught by your vehicle. Get Legacy Advisors Insurance Agency a call.
2 balls and a strike. Inning appears to have gone on for, I don't know, what day was it when we started this? Sunday? That is over the head of Holler at third base into left field. 1 run will score. And that'll be a double for Logan Allen. Third hit of the ball game for Allen and an RBI. And Alexander will score. That will make it 13-6. Brandon Lewis now out of UC Irvine. We'll get his first look at Perez. Homered earlier in the 4th. And tried to check his swing. They appeal. He did not go around. Ball and no strikes. Two outs, runner at second. Swung on and missed. Good fastball from Perez at 90. And it's 1-1. One ball and 1 strike, 2 outs. That's in the dirt. Gets away from O'Peets. By the time he gathers it, that is Allen down to third. That will be a wild pitch. Runner at third, 2 outs. And here it is. That is into right field. Ray has a beat on it right where he's standing and will haul it in. So the Foresters get 10. They strand 1. We have played 3.5, now 13-6. Foresters. We will be right back.
Won't you come dream with me now? You're chasing down a beautiful dream. Won't you come follow me now? Yeah. Won't you come dream with me now?
Make the most of every single moment. After the game, see what's happening at visitwichita.com.
Lead off bottom half the fourth inning for Dodge City. Shortstop number 2, Zechariah Flex.
Bottom of the fourth, Dodge City with some work to do. They now trail at 13-6. Top of the order, 1, 2, and 3. Felix, Holler, and Sheets. And the first pitch to Zach Felix. That's high, ball 1. 1 for 1 with a walk. A couple of runs scored out of New Mexico State. Shortstop today. And that's a strike at the knees, 1-1. And that's in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and a strike. Home half of the fourth. That is off the hands, foul. 2-2. Woods out for inning number 3 of work. Got the Athletics in order in the third. That seems like an hour and a half ago. And that is squirted foul down the left side. Two balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff man Felix. That is drilled to right field. Ritter going back. You won't get there. That'll be in the gap, up against the wall. And around second is Felix. He will be into third with a leadoff triple. So he is 2 for 2 today. And Dodge City's in business. That'll bring up Adam Holler. He is 2 for 2 out of Cal State East Bay. It's in there for a strike. No balls and a strike to Adam Holler, the third baseman today. 2 for 2. That is fouled back. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, and 2. Woods trying to get an out here. That is high. Gave up a leadoff triple to Zach Felix. That split the gap in right center. One and 2. Off-speed pitch. That is into left field for a base hit. That'll be his third base hit of the ball game. It's into the corner, and that'll be a double. So Felix scores, and Dodge City gets one back. It's now 13-7. This may come down to whoever has the last at bat.
And that was another Star Lumber extra base hit.
We bring up the second baseman, Tanner Sheets.
Brings up the second baseman, number 15.
He's 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI. And the pitch. That is into right field. That'll get down for a base hit. They will send the runner. Ritter up with it. He will go to second. And Holler scores. So now 13-8. So Sheets with his second RBI of the ball game, and he's 2 for 3. Still nobody out.
Sheets records his second hit of the game.
Kind of looks like both teams have decided to take BP. Looks like we're going to have a mound visit. Not sure if that'll be all for Woods. They're looking down at the bullpen. No motion yet to the bullpen. Looks like that will be all for Woods. So we'll let you know who it is. Looks like they're going with a right-hander.
Texas pass now pitching for Santa Barbara. Number 27, James Notary. Notary now on the mound for the Forsters.
Looks like number 27, James Notary, out of Westminster, Colorado, and TCU will come in. He's a 6'3", 210-pound right-hander. He'll be called on to try to slow down these Dodge City Athletics. Still don't have a out recorded. So Notary will come in the fourth. He'll be the third pitcher of the night. Well, this past summer, 19 innings of work. Gave up 9 runs. And had an ERA of 3.32. Struck out 14, actually has 24. And only walked 8. So pretty good numbers for James Notary. We'll see what he can do when he comes in here in the fourth with nobody out and a runner at first base. We have the home run derby after this. That'll be the Adidas Home Run Derby. Today is presented by Sydney's Pet Resort and Spa and the Kansas Humane Society. It's also Mutts and Mitts Day. So if you're in the area, it's cooled down quite a bit. Nice breeze, a lot of shade. Grab your hound dog and bring him down. Tomorrow's family night, Superhero Cape Giveaway and National Root Beer Float Day. So all root beer floats, half price, tomorrow. And Tuesday, $5 baseball will be back, and it's 2 for Tuesday with a hot dog and a Pepsi for $2. All righty, Blaine Ray now, cleanup guy. Still nobody out, 2 runs across, 13-8. First pitch swinging, that is in there for a strike. So Connor Woods comes on in the second. Throws a good second and a clean third, and has given up a couple of runs here in the fourth. That is lifted to the right side. Ritter on the run over near the line, and he will haul it in for out number 1. So good news for Santa Barbara. There's an out. Dayton Cook now. He is 1 for 1 with an RBI. Walked in the first, singled in the second out of Point Loma. .337 in the regular season. So a good year in the Jayhawk League for Dayton. First baseman today. And that is fouled back. So he had a good hack at the first one. And that's strike 1. So Notary takes over for Woods. He is the third arm of the ball game for Santa Barbara. And the 0-1, that is wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wind continues to blow out to left pretty hard. And a 1-1. That's in there for a strike. Good spot from Notary. And it's 1-2. Cook walked in the first, singled in the second, and was credited with an RBI. They shade him a little bit towards right. A lot of room down the line in left field. It'd run for days. 1-2. That one hung, and it's fouled straight back.
Foul ball.
I think Cook would like to have that one back.
Where the mark of the good body shot is no mark at all.
Ball and 2 strikes. Dayton Cook. Runner at first base. That would be Sheets. And a pitch. That is foul straight back. Good fastball at 89 from Notary. Challenge Cook a little bit. Cook hitting in the 5 spot today. And that's high and away. Cook was 1 for 4 in game 1 on Friday in the win over Seattle. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a pitch. Swung on and missed. Good change of pace there from Notary. And Cook will swing through it. That's out number 2.
No strikeouts this summer with other heated air brands. Choose Wichita's hometown brand, York.
Jordan Vujovic now.
Aparido left fielder number 12, Jordan Vujovic.
0 for 2 today. Struck out in the first, flew out in the second. Out of Delta College. 281 in the Jayhawk League. And the horn blows. No penalty. Is a timing component in this tournament. First pitch is low, ball 1. Pitchers have 20 seconds to deliver the ball, and teams have 90 seconds in between innings. Trying to eliminate the dilly-dally factor, which I think is fantastic. 1-0. That is bounced to the right side. Warren will grab it, step on it, and that'll do it. So Dodge City will strand 1. They get a couple. And we have played 4. After 4, it's Santa Barbara 13, Dodge City 8. We'll be right back. And welcome back. Top of the 5th we go. Score 13-8. Looks like Perez is going to go out for inning number 2. 3, 4, and 5 for the Foresters. It'll be Ritter, Ward, and Newstiffer. Dug up some information on Edward Perez. Spent 3 years in the Dodgers organization in rookie ball. That would have been 14, 15, and 16. First pitch to Ritter is in there for a strike out of Wichita State. He's 0 for 3 today. And that is swung on and fouled. In those 3 years, Perez 92 innings of work and struck out 77. Opponents hit 222 against him, and he had an ERA of 3.42, so pretty good numbers for Perez. 1-2 now. Swung on and missed, and that'll do it for Ritter. So 1 out. Here is Cameron Warren. 2 for 3 today, a couple of doubles. He is 3 for 6 in the tournament out of Texas Tech. And that's inside, ball 1. This will be a good matchup. Swung on and missed. Good change of pace there from Perez. And it's 1-1. And that's in the dirt. That was one of those 55-footers. And swung on and missed. 2-2. He had a good hack at that one. 2-2's popped up left side. Felix going out. Vujovic coming in. And Felix unable to haul it in. That's off his glove, and I'm thinking maybe his face. He is kneeling towards left field. He's going to get up. Looks to be all right. So Warren is aboard. And we'll see how they score it. That is scored an error. So Warren is aboard with 1 out. Time is called. Looks like they're having a look at Cameron Warren. Trainer out, manager out. That was a ball that probably Vujovic should have called him off on. With the wind blowing hard out to left, that ball was going to be blowing away from Felix. Certainly wants shortstop and second baseman to go get anything they can get. It's their ball until called off. Looks like that's going to be all for Warren. Looks like Patrick Mathis will come in. So not sure of the extent of the injury to Warren. All we know that he has been lifted. And it will be Mathis out of Waco, the University of Texas. And it'll be Michael Newstiffer out of Oklahoma State. Will hit with a runner at first base and 1 out. Luke Ritter led it off with a strikeout. Warren reached on an error. It's taken over by Mathis. And Newstiffer takes a pitch low, ball 1. Ball and no strikes. 1 out top of the 5th. And the pitch. That is high. 2 balls and no strikes. Good fastball from Perez at 91. That is a good change of pace on the inside corner. That'll be in there. 2-2. And the pitch. Gonna check, see if he went around. Did not. Scoreboard has 3-1. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Ask my wife. 3-1. If you got time. And he walked him. So a 1-out walk to Michael Newstiffer. And it's first and second now with 1 out.
Brings up the second baseman, number 5, Ryan Cash.
Ryan Cash now. He will get his first look at Perez. He will hit from the left side. One for 2 out of Oklahoma State. First and second, 1 out. And Perez is going to step off. And we will start over. And the pitch. That is up the middle, just out of reach of Sheets. 1 run will score. Nope, maybe not. Yeah, maybe he will. The throw to the plate is late. So Mathis around third must have hit some ice and went down. He was able to still get up, collect himself, grab what's left of his dignity, and score. That'll make it 14-8. Be a base hit for Cash. He is down to second. And Newstiffer down to third. Here's Utah Jones. Dodge City manager out to discuss something about the home plate umpire. He will leave less than pleased. Not sure what it could be. Maybe they're thinking that Mathis missed third base. Not sure. I watched him hit it because I watched him trip over it. Second and third. 1 out. Here's Utah Jones. 2 for 3 today. A couple of runs scored and 3 RBIs. Looks like time is called. For some reason, another third base umpire calls time. There will be no pitch. Not exactly sure what that was about. And that is hard one back to the first baseman, Cook. He will snag it. Good thing he was playing up, or else that's down the line. And that's out number 2.
Catcher number 8, Slade Hagan.
Hagan Slade now. 3 for 3 with a home run in the 4th. Couple of RBIs. Had a good day. He is perfect for the tournament. First pitch is in there for a strike. Score now 14-8. 1 run across here in the 5th for Santa Barbara. Time is called. Umpire out and looking down the third base line. Not exactly sure what was shaking. 0-1. They play Hagan deep and a pull. That almost hit him. 1 ball and 1 strike. Slade just finished up a career at Gonzaga. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swung on and missed. He had a good hack at that 91-mile-an-hour fastball from Perez, but he'll come up empty. 1-2. Perez trying to get off the field. That is off the hands, foul down the left side. And a 1-2. That's foul back. .28 pitches for Perez since coming in. 16 strikes and 12 balls. 1 and 2. That's a good change of pace from Perez. He'll swing through it and miss. And that'll do it for Santa Barbara in the top of the 5th. We played 4.5. Santa Barbara gets 1. They strand a couple. They lead at 14-8. We'll be right back.
Santa Barbara, they score 1 run.
The wait is over. The multi-platinum award-winning duo Sugarland back on tour for the first time in 5 years. Still the same 2018 tour. Saturday, August 18th at Entrust Bank Arena. The undeniable distinctive sound of Sugarland with special guests Frankie Ballard and Lindsay L. Tickets are on sale now at selectaseat.com. Get ready for Sugarland.
Welcome back. We go to the home half of the 5th. For Dodge City, bottom third. 7, 8, and 9. It'll be Opitz, Haddad, and Cullen. First pitch to Opitz. That is inside, ball 1. James Notary will continue to work. After coming in the 4th, he pretty much shut the Athletics down. Opitz 0 for 2. That is skied to center. Alexander back and to the right. Near the track. Drives. Unable to come up with it. That will be a leadoff double for Casey Opitz. And his first hit of the ball game.
And that is a Star Lumber extra base hit.
So Opitz gets him started. Here is Isaiah Haddad, Fresno State. Actually, we will have a pinch hitter.
Attention fans, now pinch hitting for Dodge City. Number 31, Connor Van Cleve.
So Van Cleve will hit for Haddad here in the 5th. Van Cleve listed as a pitcher out of Holcomb and goes to KU. Did a fair amount of hitting this summer. That is foul straight back. Almost made our box. A little bit below us. 0-1. No balls and a strike to the pinch hitter Van Cleve. Runner at second base. Nobody out. That would be Opitz. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. Van Cleve 6'7", 235. Hit from the left side, so a right on left matchup. Did appear quite a bit this past summer in the Jayhawk League. And that's through the wickets. Well, that will be a pass ball. Pitts down to third. Gotta wonder if Notary might have crossed up Slade. Unable to get a glove on it. 2-1 now to Van Cleve. Actually, it's 1-2. That is soft liner. Just gets into left field for a base hit. So Van Cleve fooled on the pitch, able to stay back long enough to get a bat on it. And that'll be a base hit and an RBI. Dodge City gets one back. They now trail at 14-9.
Coming in the center fielder, number 1, Kyle Cullen.
9-hole man Kyle Cullen, hitless today. Strikeout in the second, a bounce out in the third. He's 0 for 2. 285 in the Jayhawk. And that is outside. Ball 1. Calling out of Stephen F. Austin. And Mansfield, Texas. And the 1-0. That is swung on. Just got a piece of it. Slade unable to hold on. And it'll be 1-1. Notary third pitcher of the ball game. Jackson Wolf was lifted in the second. And Notary comes in the fourth. That is to the right side. Oh, bad hop. And into right field. How often can you say bad hop on artificial surface? But that is exactly what it was. That ball came straight up on Cash. And we'll see how they're going to score it. Going to score that a base hit, and rightfully so.
Number 2, Zachariah Felix.
So Van Cleve over to third, and Cullen over at first base with a base hit. And that pitch is low and away, ball 1. Top of the order, here's Zach Felix. 1 for 1, a couple of walks. He scored 3 times out of New Mexico State. 14-9 now. That is high and in. 2 balls and no strikes. The way this one's going, somebody will come in and kick a field goal and win this ball game. Activity now in the Santa Barbara bullpen. That is low. 3-0. Looks like Michael Hobbs getting loose in the Santa Barbara bullpen. 3-0 in there for a strike at the letters. First and third, nobody out. And a pitch. That's in there at the knees, so 3-2. So Notary, after being down in the count, he works it back to 3-2. And we'll see if he can keep that trend going. Three balls and 2 strikes, and time is called. Three balls, 2 strikes. And that is fouled back to the left. And we'll do it all over again.
AutoTech is a one-stop service center for all of your vehicle service needs, located at 4411 West Central, home of the $24 oil change. Call them at 316-942-0707.
3-2, first and third, nobody out. 1 run across. And Notary's going to step off and start over. Top of the order, Zach Felix. Runner goes. That is foul back. So Cullen will have to go back to first base. One more game after this one tonight, after Home Run Derby. It'll be Hayes Larks and the Wellington Heat. Steve Strain will have it for you eventually. 3-2. And it's in there for a call strike. So Felix will go down looking for out number 1. Pretty good pitch there from Notary. 1 out. Here's Adam Holler. Third baseman is 3 for 3. Singled in the first, second, and doubled in the fourth. 3 runs scored. 4 for 9. Runner goes. And Cullen will steal it.
Brought to you by Sam's Club, the only place where you get 600 generic prescriptions for $10 or less. See the Sam's Club booth for more details.
Ball and no strikes to Adam Holler out of Cal State East Bay. Step in from the right side. And that is fisted foul. 1-1 now. Connor Woods has stopped throwing in the bullpen down there. He is just looking on. Second and third. Temperature now 93 degrees. Nice breeze. Plenty of time to get out here if you're in the area. Here's the 1-1. Oh, good off-speed pitch. That's in there. 1-2. And Holler knew it. Lights coming on here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Sun beginning to set. And that is fisted foul. 7 o'clock Central Time. Fifteen hits for Santa Barbara, 13 hits for Dodge City. So a lot of offense. 1-2. Off-speed pitch floats high, 2-2. Notary, the third pitcher of the ball game for Santa Barbara. Two in the dirt. That is blocked nicely by Slade. That saved a run. Van Cleve down at third, Cullen at second. Pitts led it off with a double and eventually scored on Van Cleve's base hit. 3-2. That just missed inside. And that'll be a walk to Holler. So they're loaded, and that's probably going to be all for Notary. Manager making a slow walk to the mound. Looks like that will be all for Notary. So he goes 1 1/3. And he'll give up 1, but 3 are his responsibility. So can't close the book on him. Looks like it will be Connor Woods. Excuse me, Michael Hobbs. My apologies. $29 2/3 innings of work this past summer. And he gave up 10 runs. Very stingy ERA of 2.12. He struck out 32 and only walked 7. he'll be called on to try to slow down the Athletics with 1 out and the bases loaded. Hobbs out of Corona, California, and he'll be a sophomore at St. Mary's. 6'2", 215-pounder. Lots of offense in this ball game. 23 runs scored, and we're not through the 5th. $15 hits for Santa Barbara and 13 for Dodge City, but the errors for Dodge City, they have committed 5. They have, for the most part, lost their mind defensively. So Hobbs completing his warm-up tosses. And he's ready. So 1 out, bases loaded. It'll be Tanner Sheets.
Attention fast now, pitch hitting for Dodge City, number 22, Owen Jensen.
So Owen Jansen will take over and hit for Tanner Sheets here in the 5th. Step in from the left side out of Purdue University. Oakville, Ontario, 5'11", 190-pounder. He will step in with the bases loaded. And the first pitch is drilled to center. Alexander going back near the track and hauls it in. Fantastic catch in center field. 1 run will score. And that is Van Cleve. So fantastic play in center field. Alexander hauled it in over his head near the track for out number 2. Cullen over to third. He tripped on the same ice that his buddy tripped on, so first and third now. Holler over at first, Cullen over to third. Here is Blaine Ray, 2 for 3 today. He's out of KU. 14-10 now, Santa Barbara. And is in there for a strike. Hobbs on the hill now. 0-1. That is an off-speed pitch and misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ball had a lot of movement on it. One and one. Runners at the corners. 2 runs across. Bottom half of the 5th. That is off his head. So thank goodness for protective helmets. So Blaine Ray will wear that one. And they're loaded.
Please visit the athletic booth for further information.
Dayton Cook now out of Point Loma. 1 for 2 with a walk. Strikeout victim in the 4th. Good year in the Jayhawk, 337. He is over at first base today. Bases are loaded. And a pitch. That is in there for a strike. No balls and a strike now. 8th man to bat in the inning for the Athletics. And 0-1. That's in there. Outside corner, 0-2. Cook not so sure. They shade him towards right field. A lot of room in left center. And the 0-2. That is wide. That'll be a wild pitch. Gets away from the pitcher. Throw to the plate. Not in time. And Cullen will score. And that makes it 14-11. So Haller down to third. Ray down to second. Second and third. 2 outs. No balls and 2 strikes. Dayton Cook could cut it to 1 with a base hit. And the horn blows. Time is called. And appears to be no penalty. Umpire discretion. 1 and 2. 2 outs. Here it is. That is fouled back to the right.
If that foul ball hits your car, bring it to Autocraft, where the mark of a good body shop is no mark at all.
One ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs, second and third. And Cook will step out and start over. And 1-2. Just missed on the outside corner. Good fastball at 92. And Hobbs wanted it. Didn't miss by much. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Activity now in the Santa Barbara bullpen. Two. That is up the middle off of Hobbs. He will knock it down, flip to first, not in time. That will be a base hit for Cook and an RBI. Haller will score, and that'll cut it to 14-12. So the 9th man now to bat in the order. Jordan Vujovic. And time is called. Manager out to the mound. They're going to check on Hobbs. Not sure where that one hit him. Hobbs, a very large pitcher, so by the time he gets done delivering the baseball, he's not standing too far away from the hitter. So looks like a pretty quick conference. Checking on the health of Hobbs, and he is okay. So here's Jordan Vujovic, 0 for 3 today out of Delta. Runners at the corners. And the pitch. That is outside, ball 1. Good fastball at 91, just missed. Vujovic in left field today. 281 in the Jayhawk League, so a pretty good year for him. And the 1-0. That is wide. 2 balls and no strikes. Here it is. That's in there for a strike. Good off-speed pitch. Catches the outside corner. Hobbs had to go to the soft stuff to pound the zone. Hitter number 9 of the order. In the inning, I would say. 4 runs across. That is low and away. 3 balls and a strike. Three, 1, 2 outs, first and third. And the pitch swung on and missed. And foul. So 3-2. Runner at first will be off with a pitch. That is Dayton Cook. Three-two. That's bounce foul. Pitch number 16 coming from Hobbs since he come into the inning. And we'll do it all over again. 3-2. Runners at the corners. And that's in there for a call strike. Backdoor slider from Hobbs. And Vujovic will watch it. That is out number 3. Dodge City will strand a couple, but they get 4. And we have played 5 innings from Wichita, 14-12 Santa Barbara, and we'll be back.
For Dodge City, they scored 4 runs.
Leonard Skinner, last of the street survivors, farewell tour.
Saturday, September 29th in Trust Bank Arena.
With special guest, the Marshall Tucker Band, Leonard Skinner, on their final tour ever.
Tickets are on sale now at selectaseat.com, the venue box office, or charge by phone.
Leonard Skinner,
Playing in Trust Bank Arena one last time.
And top of the 6th we go. 14-12 Santa Barbara. 9-1 and 2 for the Foresters. It will be Alexander, Allen, and Lewis. Perez out for inning number 3. Here is Alexander, 2 for 3. A couple of runs scored out of Texas Rio Grande. And he takes a pitch outside, ball 1. And that is bounce foul down the right side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Perez gave up 1 in the 5th. And that's been it. Got him at 32 pitches. Threw an inning and a third. And that swung on and missed. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Elijah Alexander. He was 0 for 2 in game 1. And that's high, 3-2. Here's a 3-2. That's in the dirt. So a leadoff walk to Elijah Alexander. Lead on, or the 9-hole man is aboard. Top of the order now. Designated hitter Logan Allen. Doubled in the 4th, singled in the 3rd, and singled in the 1st. He is 3 for 4 out of University of Arkansas, Fort Smith. And he swings through the first on strike 1. No balls and a strike. That is inside, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike, top of the order. Good tournament for Logan Allen. He was 3 for 4 in game 1. Runner goes. That's inside. Throw down. And that hit the runner. So the runner and the ball got there at the same time. That'll be off the melon of Alexander. He appears to be okay. That'll be a stolen base. Pitts out to talk to Perez. Runner at second base, still nobody out. 2 balls and a strike now to the leadoff man, Logan Allen. Time is called. Two and 1 now. Here it is. That is outside. Fastball at 91 misses. 3 and 1. Brandon Lewis is next. And the 3-1 is outside. That will be a walk to the leadoff man, Logan Allen. First and second now. Looks like we're going to have a visit to the mound. There's activity in the Dodge City bullpen. Looks like Gabriel Sotomayor getting loose. Conference is over. No changes made. Here is Brandon Lewis out of UC Irvine. Two for 3 in game 1. And a pitch to him. That is low. Ball 1. One ball and no strikes. That is popped up left field. Vujovic has a beat on it. He will haul it in for out number 1. That's a big time pop up there. Lewis just got under it. And that's out number 1.
Right fielder number 25, Luke Ritter.
Luke Ritter now out of Wichita State, 0 for 4. Struck out in the 5th. First and second. And that one's about a 45-footer. One ball and no strikes. And a pitch. Inside, almost hit him. 2-0. Fourteen to 12 Foresters. And a 2-0. That catches the outside corner. 2-1. Two balls and a strike. That is fisted foul down the right side. And 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Elijah Alexander led it off with a walk, stole a base. followed by a walk to Logan Allen. Pop up by Lewis, and you're up to date. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Ritter. You know, he's itching to get his first base hit of the ball game. Hit the ball hard a couple of times. Here's a 3-2. That is to the shortstop, over to second for 1, back to first, and that'll double him up. So the pitcher's best friend will come to pass. Perez gets out of it. We have played 5.5. Forrester still lead at 14-12. We'll be back.
Make the most of every single moment. After the game, see what's happening at visitwichita.com.
Our communities and the people who visit them. That's Westar Energy, taking energy to heart. Pitching for Santa Barbara, number 38, Hunter Rowe. Lead off will be the catcher, number 23, Casey O'Pitts.
And we go to the bottom of the 6th, bottom third for the Athletics. O'Pitts, Van Cleve, and Cullen. First pitch to O'Pitts, low. New pitcher for Santa Barbara, Hunter Brote. 25 and the third innings of work. Pretty good numbers for him this past summer. Had a ERA of 0.35. So Pitts turns on it, and that's down to the first baseman for out number 1. So Warren will take it himself.
Connor Van Cleve.
So 1 out. Here is Connor Van Cleve. $15 strikeouts this summer for Hunter, only 7 walks. And that's a pitch low, ball 1. Van Cleve out of KU. He's 1 for 1 since taking over for Haddad. Credited with an RBI and a run scored. That is low and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Brault out of Hawaii. He will be a sophomore at Oregon. 6'2", 200-pounder. And that's in there for a strike. 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike. That is fisted foul. run it to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Van Cleve 1 for 1 since coming in the 5th. And that is to the right side. Cash up with it. Over to first. And 2 up and 2 down for the Athletics.
Center fielder number 1, Kyle Cullen.
2 down, 9-hole man Kyle Cullen. Singled and scored in the 5th. He is 1 for 3. 258 in the Jayhawk out of Stephen F. Austin. And the first pitch to him. That is swung on and missed. Good fastball at 92 from Brott. Nobody on, 2 outs. Just missed outside. Pretty good spot for Brault. And it's 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 outs. Chance to get the Athletics in order. First time since the 3rd. And that is sprayed foul, out of play.
That foul ball hits your car. Bring it to Autocraft.
1 and 2 now to the center fielder. And here's the 1-2. That is sprayed foul, left side. Looks like there's activity in the Santa Barbara bullpen. Elliot Anderson getting loose. And that is fouled into the stands. Hopefully everybody's okay. I don't see anybody bleeding down there, so I guess it's okay. 1 and 2. Two outs, nobody on, and home half of the 6th. That is wide. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two now to Cullen. That is into center field. That'll get down. Alexander quickly. He will get it in and hold Cullen to a single. So second hit of the ball game for him. He's 2 for 4. Top of the order, Zach Felix. 2 for 3. 3 runs scored and a walk and a strikeout. Out of New Mexico State. He'll step in from the left side. With 2 outs in the inning, he'll get his first look at Brault. And that is into center field for a base hit. That is 31 hits in this ball game. First and second with 2 outs. Here is Adam Holler.
Felix records his 3rd hit of the game. Brings up the 3rd baseman, number 30, Adam Holler.
Cal State East Bay walked and scored in the 5th. He is 3 for 3. First pitch to him. That is outside. Ball 1. Good fastball from Brault. Just missed. One ball and no strikes. That is fouled back into the luxury box. And nobody handled it. One and 1 now. pitch. Just missed inside. And that'll be ball 2. 2 balls and a strike, 2 outs. We're in the home half of the 6th. 14-12 ball game, 31 hits. That is popped down the right side, foul. That'll make the beer garden.
Give Legacy Advisors Insurance Agency a call to make sure that you and your family
2-2, first and second. Gotta wonder if they may send the runners right here.
You'll be glad you did.
Haller at third base today. And the pitch. That is to the second baseman. He'll get it, flip to the shortstop, and that'll do it. So we have played 6, score 14-12. We will be right back.
Never-ending summer, featuring 311 and The Offspring. September 9th, in Trust Bank Arena. With special guest, Gym Class Heroes. Tickets on sale now at selectaseat.com or by phone at 855-755-SEAT. 311 and The Offspring. In concert.
Top of the 7th we go, 14-12 Santa Barbara. 4, 5, and 6 for the Foresters. It'll be Mathis, Newstiffer, and Cash. That is high, ball 1. Perez out for inning number 4. 2.1 innings and 48 pitches. 2 balls and a strike now. Mathis' first plate appearance since coming into run. Out of Waco. That is foul straight back over our head. That was on a nice line, just too high. 3-2. And that is swung on and foul back. So Mathis putting up a good fight. Three and 2, top of the 7th. And he'll walk him. So Mathis will draw a leadoff walk. And that's how we will start the 7th.
Brings up the left fielder, number 20, Michael Newstiffer.
Michael Newstiffer now, left fielder. 0 for 1. 2 walks and a hit by pitch. Bounced out in the 3rd. He's out of Oklahoma State. Couple of runs scored. I think everybody has scored. And that is a wild pitch outside. And Mathis down to second base. Sotomayor continues to loosen in the Dodge City bullpen. And the 1-0 to Newstiffer. Here it is. That is wide again. 2 balls and no strikes. 27 strikes, 29 balls for Perez. Not exactly the ball to strike ratio you're looking for. And a 2-0. Outside, 3-0. So a leadoff walk to Mathis, and it's 3-0 now to Newstiffer. Wind appears to have calmed down a little bit, still blowing out to left, 91 degrees, still warm. And a 3-0, that's in the dirt. And he walked him. So back-to-back walks. Here is Ryan Cash.
That is a Wichita Federal Credit Union, base on balls. Brings up the second baseman number 5, Ryan Cash.
Cash 2 for 4 today, a couple of runs scored. He will also go left-handed against the right-handed Perez. Singled in the 5th. And Perez steps off and chases Mathis back to second base. And the pitch shows bunt inside. And ball 1. Forster's with a little small ball here in the top of the 7th. And why not? 2 on and nobody out. The way Dodge City has been managing the baseball, you never know. Shows bunt again. That's inside. Almost hit him. And everybody will move up on the wild pitch. Now Cash has the ability to swing away if he can get something in the strike zone. Well, Pitt's out to talk about it. Trying to waste a little time. Top of the 7th. Second and third, nobody out. And 2 balls to nothing to Ryan Cash. And here's the pitch. That is swung on. That'll be through the middle, through the drawn-in infield. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And it's 16-12 Foresters. A base hit for Ryan Cash, his 3rd of the ball game, and 2 RBIs. If hitters aren't getting healthy during this game, then they're not really human. Utah Jones now, and that's going to be it for Perez. Looks like Sotomayor will come in. Perez will go 2 1/3. So Sotomayor out of KU from Puerto Rico, 6'3", 185-pound right-hander will come in. He was 0-2 this last summer. 14 innings of work in 7 games. Struck out 17 and walked 17. And gave up 13 hits, so kind of got a different delivery. Kind of tough to pick up the baseball. Arm comes all the way back behind his back. He will come on with nobody out and one runner on. Fourth pitcher of the ball game for the Dodge City Athletics. Beltran, Cornelison, Perez, and now Sotomayor. Utah Jones now. Shortstop out of North Greenville. 1 for 2 in game 1 and 2 for 4 today. Throw over to first, and Cash is picked off. So Cash is leaning. And one out. And that's inside, almost hit Utah Jones. 1 ball and no strikes. In there for a strike, 1-1. Good fastball at 87. San Diego Stars took care of Clarinda 16-8. Seattle took care of Lone Star 7-1. Those games seemed like they were 2 days ago. And it's 1-2. And that's wide. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the 7th. 1 out. Nobody on. That is through the hole on the left side, just past the diving Felix. He'll get a glove on it, but there won't be a play, so that'll be a base hit for Utah Jones. That's his 3rd base hit of the ball game. And that'll bring up Slade Hagan. We apologize. It appears that his name got reversed. So we have fixed that on the roster. Out of Gonzaga. 1 hit today. He takes a strike. Actually, 2 hits today. Well, let's just go ahead and make that 3. He's 3 for 4. I got to get my glasses fixed. Over to first. And Jones back in there. 1 out on the inning. Cash was picked off at first base for the first out of the inning. 2 runs across, 16-12 now, San Diego. And the 0-1, that is foul back. No balls and 2 strikes to Hagan. Singled in the first, homered in the 4th, and singled again in the 4th. Throw over. And back in there. Count remains 0-2. Here it is. That is bounce foul left side. Pretty good crowd filtering in. Wellington Heat and the Hayes Larks will be up next. Steve Strain will have it for him. 0-2. Throw over. Pretty close. Sotomayor has a very quick move to first base. Oh, and 2. That is foul back, right side. Good at bat for Hagan. Doing the catching tonight. Runner goes, and the throw down, and he got him. So Utah Jones caught stealing here in the 7th for out number 2. So a pickoff and a caught stealing, and 2 are away. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hagan. And the pitch is foul back. So a good at bat for Slade Hagan.
Stop by your vehicle. Give Legacy Advisors Insurance Agency a call to make sure you and your family are protected at 316-773-9864. You'll be glad you did.
1 and 2, 2 outs, nobody on. And that is fouled away again. One and 2. That is driven deep to left field. Vucevic going back, and he'll look up. Gone. That will be Hagan's 2nd home run of the ball game. And it's 17-12 now, Santa Barbara.
That's a Wichita Brewing Company foam run for the next 10 minutes. WBC 20-ounce drafts are only $4.
A 2-out home run for Hagan. Boy, how big are those caught stealing and pickoffs? Wow. 17-12 now. Here is Elijah Alexander. Inside, ball 1. Two for 3 with a walk and a couple of stolen bases and an RBI. That is foul back. One ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. That's high and away. 2 and 1. That is line drive into right field for a base hit. So Alexander is aboard with 2 outs. And the hit parade continues. Top of the order, Logan Allen. He will step in with 2 outs. And he hit him. So Allen will wear that one. He will go down to first base. And Alexander down to second. So first and second.
But Aflac will help you protect your family when they do. Please visit the Aflac booth for further information. Nominate the third baseman number 10, Brandon Lewis.
Brandon Lewis now. Third baseman today out of UC Irvine. First and second, 2 outs. Sotomayor trying to get out of it. That is outside, ball 1. Is 1 for 4. That would be a home run in the 4th. That is swung on and missed. 1 and 1. 2 for 3 in game 1. So 3 hits so far in the tournament for Lewis. And a 1-1. That is into left field. That'll get out. Get over the head of Vucevic. 1 run will score. And 2 runs will score. Things unraveling quickly for the Athletics.
And that is a Star Lumber extra base hit. When your Cover all your bases about replacing what else comes off to the experts at Star.
Now 19-12. San Diego. Luke Ritter now. 9th man to bat in the order. Hitless today. He's 0 for 5. Swung on and missed. 1-1. Good chance he may have seen Sotomayor this last spring. KU and Wichita State faced off. And a 1-1. Swung on and missed. 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. That's fouled straight back. Good fastball at 90 from Sotomayor. "24 pitches for Sotomayor since coming in here in the 7th. Activity in the Dodge City pen. And a 1-2. That's in the dirt. Smothered nicely by Opitz. And they play Ritter straight away. Shaded a little bit towards left and center field. That is through the left side for a base hit. They will send the runner. And here is the throw. It's cut off. And 20-12 now. Ritter with his first base hit of the ball game, and he collects an RBI. So the 10th man now to bat in the order. This will be Mathis. Led it off earlier in the inning, about half an hour ago. Walked and scored. First pitch to him is low. Ball 1. That is outside. 2-0 now. "37 hits today for the two clubs. And that's 3 balls and no strikes. Throw over, and Ritter back in there. "3-0. That's catches the outside corner. 3-1. Pretty good pitch there from Sotomayor. Every pitcher that's come in today has taken a beating. That's inside. Almost hit him, or did it hit him? I believe it did. So a hit by pitch. So Mathis walks the first time up and is hit by a pitch in the second time. And that's going to be it for Sotomayor. Let you know who the new guy is in just a minute. Looks like Dodge City will go with a right-hander. 0-1 this last season in the Jayhawk. He appeared in 8 games, 1 start, 10 2/3 innings of pitch, struck out 17 and walked 10, gave up 19 hits, and an ERA of 11.81. So he will come on out of Yorba Linda, California. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Appreciate you guys listening in. Forrester's well in hand, 20-12. Hope the kid made it home okay. Looks like John Jensen will hit for Santa Barbara. He will hit for New Stiffer. Left-handed hitter out of Santa Barbara, 6'1", 190-pounder out of UC Irvine. And he takes a pitch outside, ball 1. One ball and no strikes, 2 outs. And that's in there at the knees. And that'll even it up, 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 to Jensen. Able to check his swing. 2 balls and a strike. Popped up. And the third baseman. That will be Holler. He will come in and make the play for out number 3. So new pitcher comes in, throws a couple pitches, gets out of it. And we've played 7.5. It's stretch time in Wichita. It is 20-12 Foresters. We'll be back.
Make the most of every single moment. After the game, see what's happening at visitwichita.com.
Home half of the 7th. Here is Jansen. It'll be Jansen, Ray, and Cook. And that's high, ball 1. (20-12) Foresters. Looks like Brault out for inning number 2. And that is 22 pitches for him. So he had 21 through the first inning of work, so not bad. 1 ball and 1 strike. That is wide to Jansen. Taking over for Sheets. He is 0 for 1, flew out in the 5th. 2 balls and a strike. And here it is. That is into left center. That'll split the gap. And it's cut off by Alexander. And Jansen in with a double. So a leadoff double for Owen Jansen, and he is 1 for 2.
Nominating the right fielder, number 24, Blaine Ray.
Right fielder now, Blaine Ray out of KU. 2 for 3 today, and this may be all for Brault. Manager taking the long walk. No motion yet. Umpire out to hurry it along.
Attention fans, now pitching for Santa Barbara, number 31, Elliot Anderson. Anderson on the mound for the Forsters.
So it looks like Elliot Anderson will come in for the Foresters. Left-hander out of Cartersville, Georgia. 6'3", 220 out of Auburn. He will come on to try to slow down the Athletics here in the 7th. Visit from the official scorer, and we have a new tournament record, NBC tournament record, a couple of records for most combined runs and most combined hits in a ball game. No other specifics other than that. So Elliot Anderson out of the University of Auburn. Try to shut things down here. Just past 8 o'clock Central Time. Here is Blaine Ray. 2 for 3 today out of KU. Runner at second base. And a pitch. That is swung on and fouled back. No balls and a strike. Heat and the Larks are next. Steve Strain will have it for you, if we was to ever finish this thing. And the 0-1 bounce to the left side. And they're saying foul. Looked like Lewis got a glove on it. He did reach across the line or the bag, but was foul. 0-2 now to Ray. And a pitch. That's in there for a call strike. Good fastball on the inside corner at 89 for out number 1.
York. Visit www.midwestyork.com to find your nearest York dealer.
Anderson out of Cartersville, Georgia. Dayton Cook out of Point Loma. 337 this past summer in the Jayhawk League. Good numbers. First pitch swinging. That is bounced to the shortstop. Jones up with it over to first. And that's out number 2. So 2 down. Here is Jordan Vujovic. Actually, it'll be a pinch hitter. Looks like Seth Girardi out of Humboldt, Kansas. And Roger State will step in. 6'3", 215-pounder. So Girardi will hit for Vujovic. Here in the 7th. Out of Rogers State, right-handed hitter. He will face off against the left-hander from Auburn. And the pitch in the dirt, smothered nicely by Hagan. One ball and no strikes. That's a good change of pace. In on the hands. Swung through and missed. 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. 2 outs. Lead off double by Jansen. And 1-2. Home half of the 7. One and 2. Long look. Just missed. Low and in. Two balls and 2 strikes to Girardi. Two-two. Swung on and missed. And that is strike 3, and that's your ball game. Foresters will get it by run rule. Here are your totals. For the victorious Foresters, they go 2-0, 20 runs, 21 hits, and no errors. For the Dodge City Athletics, 12 runs, 17 hits, and 5 errors. This is a game where 2 records were set, most combined runs and hits in a tournament game. So that'll do it for me, Todd. I'm Todd Hook, and Chris Worrell and Vern. Steve Strain will have the next one between the Larks and the Heat, and we will talk to you next time.
Pain, back pain, all kinds of sprains. If your knee replacement aches when it's